All right, next up, Robert, a 1965 Buick Riviera Gino Vitelli. We get a good look from where we're sitting right here.
Yeah, and it's pretty dramatic looking because it's in the Latino lowrider tradition. It's got this particular one has been modified to have a variable height suspension, and I could see the owner just let it settle down on the ground, which makes it basically undrivable in that, but it looks cool. This was a particularly nice body style. This is the second modification of the first generation Riviera, which many people say was one of the most beautiful American cars ever designed. Tremendous collector items. And note, for instance, the interesting headlights, which open and close in a clamshell. Those chrome covers. So a very interesting car. Personally, you know me, I would have left it stock, but
Right.
I'm sure the owner likes it the way he did it.
Well, and those just open up. It's just like a regular pull instrument panel, and those things crank open and the lights go on.
Yeah.
Well, let's learn a little bit more about this. This is a beautiful piece of automotive art. Gino Vitelli, the 65 Buick Riviera with Eric Gorgeous in the middle of 9 Mile. Eric, over to you.
Hey Gino, how you doing, man?
Good, Eric. How you doing?
I'm all right. This has to be one of the coolest Rivieras I've seen.
Well, gee, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, I love it. I love the air and the wheels, the whole deal, man. This is just awesome.
Thank you.
How long have you had it?
I got it for last 10 years now,
Yeah?
and I picked it up right here out of Michigan. Basically, it was found, and I was looking for one for quite a long time, for 3-4 years, and I even traveled to Arizona looking around while I was
Really?
out there. Couldn't find nothing that was neat, and sure enough, here it is right around the corner at home.
Yeah, that's how things usually work out, right?
Usually, yes.
So were you looking specifically for a Riv?
Yes, I was.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about it do you like?
Well, it's a piece of art to
What's
begin
not
with.
to like, right?
Exactly. Like everything about it, it's got style, some finesse,
Yeah.
some muscle too as
Yeah.
well. It's all blended in all together.
This thing it's just a classy car. It's a classy looking car. And the way you did it, man, spot on. I
Oh,
love
thank
it.
you. Thank
I
you.
dig the interior, the whole deal. And this is pretty well loaded out in the interior.
Yes, it is. It's a fully loaded car, windows and air and tilt. And the original interior, as well as the car is original other than a paint job, and I did the air system and a set of wheels on it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's an original car, is well looked after.
Was it in pretty bad shape when you got it, or not too bad?
No, it was all solid. I just needed a paint job, basically. And as you see it, that's it is. So that's the way it is, all original, unless it's the paint.
Now, is this a car you're driving every day, or pretty often, or not so much?
Any day I can do it.
Any day you can do it, yeah? Rain or shine, or
That's
just
right.
shine?
Well, no, I've been caught in the rain a lot of
Yeah,
times,
right.
but I take my chances.
Well, that's the way to own a car.
Well,
if you
that's
ask
right.
me, you got a cool car, you ride it, man. You drive it, you enjoy it, you have
That's
fun
right.
with it.
Exactly.
You
live once.
Yeah, sitting and looking at it, I don't know, it gets old after a while.
Well, I don't think so.
All right, man. Hey, this is really a great car. I really dig it.
Thank
What's
you,
your
Eric.
favorite feature on the car?
Clamshell headlights.
The clamshell headlights.
Yes.
That's pretty unique, right?
Well, it's the 1 year that they had it only, because it's a 3-year body style for it.
Yeah.
And this was the last year, then they made the clamshells for it.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, man, thanks so much for coming out.
Thanks, Eric.
It was
Appreciate
great
it.
meeting you, and I love your
Same
car.
here. Thank you.
All right, buddy, have a good night.
You too.
All right, Fred.
All right, Eric, thank you. Back alongside Bob Lutz. Things are heating up at the corner of 9 Mile and Woodward. Dream Cruise here on Detroit Public TV and worldwide at dptv.org and antiquesroadshow.org. This has been a great experience being able to just, Bob, see all the different kinds of cars, but also the different ways in which owners go about restoration.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a totally different philosophy. Some people want the car to be their individual work of art, and they'll modify it or do what is called a Restomod, which is a restored old car but modified. We just saw an example of that. And that's actually become a category now, so-called Restomods. And you could it's interesting that you can tell that Eric is very much in favor of that because he makes his living modifying vehicles and I'm more a traditionalist. I like to see the car as the factory made it. You can add tasteful refinements, but I don't like putting modern wheels on an old car, for instance. It's just a phobia of mine. And yet, a lot of owners like that. So why shouldn't they do it?
Well, even as we go along, I mean, in real time, no matter the era, there was always a certain aftermarket that people made a living off of.
Absolutely.
And, there were some designers and those kinds of things.
And sometimes we forget the fact that add-ons were always there, and the automotive designers hated them. I remember Bill Mitchell telling me once with the original Olds Toronado, he said, I finally designed a car that those damn marketing people can't put a vinyl roof on. And he drove home after the car was introduced, drove by an Oldsmobile dealer, and there was one in the show window with a dealer installed vinyl roof. So,
well, aftermarket, I mean, was always such a big part of it, whether it was pinstripes or mag wheels or whatever it is.